National Freestyle coach Zeke Jones. Got a couple tours coming up. Got a lot of athletes going on them. First, tell us a little bit about the tour, who's going, and then go into each event on why it's important.
Sure. We have our national team heading over to Russia. We're going to go to Vladikavkaz for about 10, 12 days training. From there, we're going to fly to Krasnoyarsk for the Yarygin tournament. And then after the Yarygin tournament, we're going to fly to Ulan-Ude for another tournament the following weekend, about a 3-week trip.
In terms of who's going, a lot of medalists, a lot of world teamers, a lot of guys with international experience. How's this set the tone for the next training cycle?
Well, we're going to use this strategically for a couple reasons. One, we've identified, a group of our guys who we believe can be medalists in 11 and 12. We're going to take that group and we're going to go into the heart of the Russian training program, the Ossetia area, which is where many of their world Olympic champions train. And we're going to be in a wrestling room with a room full of them. So we're going to get an environment where it's not going to just be practice. We're going to end up competing in practice every single day against many of the best wrestlers in the world. So we're going to get into their program and mix it up on a daily basis with them.
With the Yarygin, regarded as one of the toughest international tournaments, and instead of one Russian at a weight like at the World Championships, there are several. Talk about the opportunity to really run into those guys match after match after match.
Yeah, I mean the depth is amazing. Just doing the practice room first. At 96 kilos, the kid that won the Worlds trains in Vladikavkaz. The guy that was second in the world trains in Vladikavkaz. The guy that was a world champion in 07 at 84 kilos, who's now at 96 kilos, trains in Vladikavkaz. So you got probably 3 of the 5 top medalists in the world training in one location. So, for guys like Bergman and Varner, that's going to be a great opportunity to wrestle, the guys are going to have to beat at the Olympics to win a gold medal. Then when we leave there, and that's like that just virtually in every single weight class in their room, then we'll head to Yarygin, and it'll be the same thing. Why a lot of people regard it as the toughest tournament in the world is because you got 50 Russians in a weight class. So that tournament's a good test to let us know where we're at in the January time frame so that we can come home and make the adjustments necessary when we get ready to head back over in the summer.
Prepping for the 2011 World Championships obviously started right after the 2010. 2011 is important for several reasons, of course. First and foremost, it's the qualifier for the Olympic Games based on top 6 placement. How much of that really weighs on your training regimen and how you're setting these tours up for this spring and winter? Well,
it's important. We want to make sure that we have an ideal training and competition schedule so we're ready when we get to the World Championships. Top 6 in the world qualifies the weight class to the Olympic Games. After that top 6, then it's the Pan American qualifying event. Top 2 from there qualifies to the Olympic Games. Then there are 2 remaining tournaments after that. They're world qualifying events. They're in April, May. The final 5 individuals will qualify from those 2 tournaments to the Olympic Games. Those 19 wrestlers from the other, there's some other European continental championships, Europeans, Asian Games, the Oceania African qualifier event will make up the Olympic Games competition. So what we'll do is we'll use the World Championships to get qualified there. What we don't get qualified there, we'll be focusing on Pan Ams.
As far as this trip goes, you start out with basically who's running through the trip and what you expect to see them.
Well, we have Obi Blanc at 55, Sean Bunch, Metcalf, Trent Paulson, Herbert, Jordan, 96 Bergman, and Varner, and then we're going to bring 3 heavyweights. We're going to bring Delagnev, Sigmund, and Rollins. So, we expect we expect big things from our guys. We expect good results, and we're going to go get in the training environment that helps us get ready for Yarygin. So I think we're bringing a lot of our best guys, and we're certainly going to get in an environment where we're going to wrestle the best guys in the world in practice, and then we're going to compete against them 2 weeks later.
What's it been like here at Colorado Springs or at the respective training sites since the last international tour?
It's been good. Of course, we weren't happy with our results from the World Championships. We've put a lot of time in November and December as a national team together, going through the areas of concentration that we need to work on. We have to make adjustments. American wrestlers have to make adjustments if they're going to beat and win medals at the World Championships. And so we worked in those areas. I'd like to think that the guys are at home working in those areas in their regional training centers. And then, we're going to get together in January, some of us in Russia, and then a pre-Dave Schultz training camp for 2 weeks here, which will be good. We'll have the Belarusians here, the Japanese, the Canadians, some Mongolians, some Greeks, and the Russian team will be here to compete. So we'll have 2 good training camps, one here and one abroad, that I think will help us, work in those areas that we have to get better at. We have to improve. We have to.
After that, you come back, as we talk about the Schultz coming up here at the beginning of February. What's it like to have a big international tournament like that domestically? There's going to be one of the qualifiers for 2012 will be held on American soil, but in preparation for things like that, how nice is it for our athletes to have something at least where they just get out on a flight for 2-3 hours and get to Colorado?
Yeah, sure. It's always nice when you're holding events in the United States. It's an American priority. We have to host events in the United States. We need the World Championships. We need the World Cup. We need the Field of Golden Grand Prix tournament. Those things are critical to American success. You can't just continue to fly 40 hours and 12 time zones away and always expect to compete. But what we do know is, the other side of that, to win a World Olympic gold medal, you have to go on the road to do it. So we want to host events here for experience and give us the advantage of preparation, sleeping in our own bed in our own time zones. But we have to be able to go to those foreign countries, getting very difficult situations, difficult conditions, difficult time frames, difficult weather, conditions in your hotel that aren't nice. But when you do that, that's what you're going to need to do to win a World Olympic gold medal. So it is nice to be able to fly right down the road, but recognize that's not what you're going to do when you win a gold medal at the Olympic Games.